I'm Brittney Saunders and welcome to Big Business, the place where business is far from boring. And today I'm recording on Gadigal land. Now, I somehow managed to build an empire from the garage underneath my house, and I'm here to share it all with you, from the wins, the mistakes, the challenging times, and the funny moments in between. So whether you're in business yourself, perhaps you're not in the game at all, maybe you're just looking for some inspo, or you simply just want to hear the tea, this is the podcast for you. Coming up on today's episode, I'm going to be chatting about my return to YouTube, and I can't believe I'm saying that. It's something I've thought about over the years. I obviously gave up making YouTube videos maybe 4-ish years ago when I really stepped into Fayt and made that my priority. And I have thought about it over the last 4 years. And if you haven't been around long enough, I was a YouTuber back in the day and that was my full-time job. And now I'm back. And there's a few reasons why I'm back and I'm absolutely loving it. But I'm also scared that I'm investing my time into the wrong thing. So I'm going to dive into all the details, all my thoughts, why we're doing it, what my fears are, and all the rest in this episode. So let's just get down to business. So I have made a drastic marketing decision, which is returning to YouTube, obviously. I started making YouTube videos when I was in high school as a hobby. And if you go back and you listen to my very first episode of this pod, you can hear that story. But just for a brief history, if I could sum it all up, I started making YouTube videos in high school and I was doing that whilst I was at school. And then I also did it when I dropped out of school and I was working all those jobs and I'd make YouTube videos at night and on the weekends. And then when I was 21, I was working full time and I was earning just enough money off YouTube to get by. So when I was 21, I threw in my full-time job. I had 80,000 YouTube subscribers. And then for the next 3 years after that, I hustled on that channel. I uploaded 3 to 4 videos a week and I built that channel from 80,000 to 1 million subscribers. It took me 3 years to do it. And I hit 1 million subscribers on my birthday. I don't remember how old I was. I think it was 2017. So however old I was then, 24, 25. I hit it on my birthday and that was pretty cool. And then I obviously launched Fayt as well, like around the same time that I had that 1 million subscribers. And I tried to keep doing the YouTube channel, but obviously as Fayt, my business started to grow, I kind of had to not prioritize the channel as much. And I just slowly started uploading less and less and less. And everyone's like, why are you not making videos anymore? It's like, bitch, I'm building an empire. And at one point there, I quite simply just stopped making videos. I didn't even announce my departure, which is kind of rude of me because I'd been on YouTube for so long, but that kind of just fizzled out. And I feel like as well, a lot of the OG Australian YouTubers and influencers, we all kind of like dropped off YouTube around the same time. It's like our era was at its end. And so the channel has just been sitting there just collecting dust. And I've floated the idea in the last 4 years. So it's been about 4 years since I was active on there. I've definitely thought, oh my God, I wonder if I'll ever go back to YouTube kind of thing. And I'm like, nah, surely everyone's over that by now. And it was just something that like was thrown around the office, and April, who works with me, who I'm sure all of you know, like she's like, we need to come back. And so we just kind of spoke about it last year and we said, we think this is going to be the next marketing move for us, is to put our time into some long form content. And we said, stuff it. January, let's get back into it. 1 video a week, every Wednesday, 5 p.m. That's what we're committing to. And so we whipped up our first video in the first week back at work this year, and we launched ourselves into YouTube world again. And we rebranded my old channel. So it used to just be called like Brittney Lee Saunders, but now it's like Brittney Saunders Fayt, the label. And the channel is going to be obviously me and my life, but also showing more of behind the scenes at Fayt. Because we already do that on socials. We obviously share, all things about our business. But I think the cool thing about YouTube is we can show more. And it doesn't have to be, flashy, quick content that's 30 seconds and then that's the end of the video. We can upload 20-minute videos. We can upload 15-minute videos. We can upload 30-minute videos. And I guess I'm just making these videos for those that are interested. I know we all have like no attention span these days. Like we're so used to flicking every 2 seconds, and YouTube does kind of require your attention like a little bit more. But at the same time, I think it's nice to have something long to watch or something to even just like put on your phone and kind of set it up and then like do your housework while you're kind of watching and listening to a YouTube video. And I have been obsessed with the fact that I'm back on YouTube. Like, it's giving me so much nostalgia, like uploading the video and putting in the thumbnail photo. Like, it's just taking me back to my YouTube days. And I'm just so excited. And I guess the reason, well, I guess like I said in the intro, like I do have some reservations around the fact that I don't know if I'm investing too much of my time and energy into the wrong platform. Obviously, I'm on Instagram and TikTok and everything, but I'm like thinking so much about the channel. And the hard thing with YouTube as well, and for anyone out there that wants to like get into YouTube, is it's hard enough to get views on Instagram and TikTok. It's so much harder to get views on YouTube, you know, and we'll upload a reel to my Instagram or whatever, and it might get 100,000 views and you're like, oh, that's pretty slay. But then you'll upload a YouTube video and it's getting 6,000 views. And then it makes me think, fuck, is this worth it? You know, like, because less people are seeing it and I'm spending more time on it. But I don't know, something's telling me that this is the right move for me to make and that it is a platform worth investing my time into. And as much as, you know, it's a creative outlet and I'm just doing it, you know, to show my life to people that want to watch a little bit more of me, it's completely a marketing strategy as well. Like, it's just a calculated marketing strategy, and that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, by me sharing my life online, which I love doing, like I love sharing my thoughts, what I'm up to, showing people behind the scenes, it's essentially promoting my business at the end of the day as well. So it's just part of our marketing strategy at Fayt. I feel like it's quite iconic that I'm back, really. And I honestly think, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I can see, hopefully, all the OGs of YouTube coming back. Like, I would love to see that because I feel like YouTube is so much more wholesome than other social media platforms. But anyway, let's say if I had to give 5 reasons why I'm back. Number 1, it's a marketing strategy. And I feel like a scammer when I say that, but it's a marketing strategy. It's another platform for us to promote our business to potential customers, because that's what creating content is. Even though it's fun and we're, you know, entertaining people, like, it's a marketing strategy that I'm back on YouTube, and I will be the first to admit that. It's another way for me to showcase Fayt, and in turn, I hope people will, you know, build a closer relationship with me and the brand and maybe turn into customers, because at the end of the day, I'm a business person and I want to make sales in my business. The second reason is because I think consumers are going to lean more towards longer form content in 2025. I think our brains are so exhausted from like the constant scrolling. Like, even sometimes I'm laying in bed at night and scrolling, like, and I've watched like 1,000 videos in 5 minutes, and I can just see longer form content you know, becoming more popular and audiences not feeling like they have to scroll every 2 seconds. Instead, they can chuck on a, you know, 15-minute video and watch the whole way through. Number 3, another reason why I've come back to YouTube, I think it's going to potentially open other opportunities for me down the track. What that might be, I don't know. But who knows, like Netflix might hit us up and want to do like a documentary on us. No, probably not. But I feel like it's going to open other opportunities down the track. Number 4, I would say if you take out all the strategical reasons why I'm back on YouTube, the marketing and everything, I think it's a fun and creative outlet. Something fun for me to do. I love a project, as we all know, and people said, don't you have enough going on? Like, how are you having the time for this? But I think it's a really, like, selfishly fun outlet to have and a fun platform to be on. And number 5, it's going to generate me money through YouTube AdSense. So yeah, I might get a few more Fayt sales if people are watching and loving the channel, but also I got to sign up as a YouTube partner again, which was really funny. So when you're on YouTube and once you hit a certain amount of views and videos, anyone can apply to be a YouTube partner. And then you start getting paid money from like the ads that run before, after, in the middle kind of thing. Like, we all know that. And I was a YouTube partner, obviously, for years when I was YouTubing, and you get paid once a month kind of thing into your PayPal. I'm not sure if it's still the same now, but because I'd been not active on my channel for so long, I had to reapply. So I reapplied again and I got approved. And I was just honestly curious to see, I wonder how much money I'm going to make from this YouTube channel. Like, obviously the channel's really dead. I'm not getting hundreds of thousands of views like I used to because I haven't touched it for 4 years. But I was genuinely curious to become a YouTube partner again and see what it pays. And the way that it works and the way that you get paid for the ads, like it's kind of like a bit of a stock market. And so every day, I think it's a CPM, and it's a set amount that you get paid for every 1,000 views. And I remember back in the day, like some days your CPM would be 20 cents for every 1,000 views, and some days it would be $10 for every 1,000 views. And it all depends on whose ads are running and how much that business is paying YouTube and Google. Like it's like a stock market. It's honestly confusing. But I was like, I'm absolutely turning on that monetization, applying to be a partner and running the ads on my videos. But I'm not doing it to line my own pockets. And what I want to do with the money that I earn from YouTube is cool stuff. And I've been speaking about this on my Instagram story. I want to be really transparent with my audience about how much I am generating from the YouTube videos. And honestly, when we launched our first video in like the second week of January this year, I thought it was going to be not very much. Because I haven't done it for so long, I don't know what it's like these days. I thought maybe, like, I don't know, I can work up to get like $100 a month or something from all the ads that have been playing. And to my surprise, and I don't know if they're just like teasing me because I'm just back and they want me to think it's like going to be really good, but to my surprise, my earnings are way higher than I thought. And by this point, I don't know how many videos we've got out there, like 4 or 5 or something. And we've been on YouTube for 3 weeks. And we've made $1,200 in 3 weeks. Like I was expecting it to be, 20 cents here and there and $20 one day. But we've made $1,200 in the first 3 weeks of being on the channel. And I guess the cool thing is with YouTube, the more videos you make, the more ads run. And if people are watching like over time, like that money's going to kind of accumulate and maybe grow. And hopefully if the channel grows, then that revenue will increase. And I've decided what I want to do because I'm not making these YouTube videos to like make money off the AdSense for my own personal gain. But what I want to do is I want to come up with a bit of a strategy with what I'm going to do with the money. And I want to do different stuff with the money all the time. And we just said, let's just launch this channel, see what we make from the ads, and then come up with a plan kind of thing. So again, we haven't worked it out in full, but, maybe once a month or once a quarter or once we hit $2,000, like we haven't worked it out, but we want to do cool stuff with this money and we want to mix it up every single time. But essentially, every dollar that I earn from this channel, I don't want to take any of it. I want to do cool things with it, whether it's donations, giveaways. AJ's like, what if you get heaps? Then you can do like a massive party and invite everyone. I'm like, I'll fucking do that. If we get enough money from it, why not? Why not? I want to use the money for good.
Call it the Fayt Fund.
The Fayt Fund, exactly right. And I spoke about this on my Instagram story and someone's like, no, like you should just take it. Like, you're putting in all this effort. But I'm like, honestly, this is just like fun and marketing for me. I wasn't expecting the money to be a whole lot. So it was never my objective to go into like, I want to make money out of this. I want to do cool stuff with the money. And I've been posting on my Instagram like every week what the earnings are at kind of thing. So I'm due to do an update because everyone's going to be shocked. And it's in US dollars as well. So I think it's 1,200 Australian. So it's like 800 US or whatever. But I'm really surprised by that, honestly. I thought it was just going to be like $20 the first month and $30 the second. But it's at $1,200 in less than a month. So I'm keen to see where it goes. And I'm keen to see if I can grow the channel enough that it has like a large amount of revenue, because then I will be able to do cool things, for my community, for our Fayt community, for local charities, for not local charities, for bigger charities. And I'm just excited to do that.
Hello, everyone. It is producer Xander.
Hello. Oh, wait, Xander. I got a question for you. Or I think it was something that you said to me ages ago. Didn't you want to be a YouTuber back in the day?
Oh my God, I did.
I feel like
I have a channel. I've hidden all the videos though.
Were you like a teenager?
No, I was in my 20s.
I feel like everyone wanted to be a YouTuber back in the day.
Yeah, no, I made a considerable amount of videos. And
what kind of videos?
Well, back in the day, I didn't quite understand. Like, I kind of wanted to be like other YouTubers. So looking back, I wasn't quite like leaning into what made me like unique.
But I think that's what we all did back then, because another thing I thought I would add, I had like 800 videos on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And just recently, like since we decided we are coming back, because it's now like Fayt and me, I've gone and privated every single video except for the ones where I talked about Fayt. So the only videos on there now are like the Fayt ones from 7 years ago when I was starting Fayt. But I've been going through and like unprivating some old ones, or I've been using snippets in my videos. And like one thing that I noticed back in the YouTubing days is we all acted a certain way.
Yeah, we did.
It wasn't like, I think I was always being myself. I was obviously also really young, but it was such like a YouTube persona. And watching my old videos, like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah.
In today's video, we're going to talk about, like, it was really robotic.
You'd feel like every time the camera was on, you'd have to turn it on.
Yeah, you'd have to act.
And I think that's part of the reason why I stopped, was because I was like, I just don't feel natural doing this. Like,
it wasn't natural.
Right.
It was very like YouTuber, like we spoke a certain way. And I've been watching some of my old videos that are hidden and I cringe. But that's what that was cool back then.
It was.
And people loved watching that back then.
Yeah.
And everyone was younger back then.
I started like doing some, because I was touring as a dancer still. So I was overseas all the time. So I started to like vlog sometimes. And then I remember moving to Spain to do a gig for a few months, and I did a whole video on like my plane ride there. And that was like, I think that was a video that got like the best views. I think I got like close to like 10K views or something like that. But I was stoked. I was like, oh my God, I've made it. And then not long after that, I was like, can't be bothered.
I remember when I first started, so like the channel that I had and the one that I'm on now that got to 1 million subscribers, that wasn't my first YouTube channel. I had one before that in high school. And I remember uploading my first few videos and getting like 154 views and 229 views. Like, and I thought that was amazing. And then I would get to 1,000 views and I was like, holy shit. And people would maybe look at that and think it's not that great, but like 1,000 people watching something that you've done is pretty impressive.
I made like a Facebook page of myself and everything.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
So that's what we did back in the day. You would have your YouTube account and then you'd be like, and make sure you come and like my Facebook page. And like Facebook was so in as a social media platform.
And you'd set up your end cards on your YouTube videos, and you could click the Facebook links.
And you could be like, watch my next video, and then you'd put your video in there because that's still on all my old videos, but there's no nothing on there. Yeah.
Since returning to YouTube, have fans that used to follow you on YouTube who maybe haven't followed your journey kind of been like, oh my God, like what are you doing back? I can't believe how much you've changed. Like what's been the reception?
The reception has been surprisingly positive. I think one of the fears starting YouTube again was that no one was going to care.
Yeah.
That was my fear. Like, no one's going to care. Like, they just want to see me on Instagram and TikTok now. Like, no one can be bothered to go and watch YouTube. And that was with the first video that we came back with. It got like 500 or 600 comments and everyone was just so excited to see me back. And that was really nice because I think that was one of my fears is no one's going to give a shit that I'm on YouTube again. So it was really nice to see. And there has been quite a lot of comments, people saying like, oh my goodness, like I used to watch you, you know, back in the day. Because you just kind of say subscribe to everyone. Like you don't really unsubscribe on YouTube.
Well, I am now because now videos are popping up from creators years ago. I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch them anymore.
Yeah. Like my channel's, I don't know who my channel is subscribed to. But there has been a lot of comments of people being like, I'm so glad to see you back. And like they haven't been following me elsewhere kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that must be really weird to be like, wow, this YouTuber is back.
But you have changed.
A lot.
Like significantly. Like you've done a video recently, I think, where you were reacting to your old videos. And just your demeanor, like how you look as well, because we all get older.
Yeah.
But just like your entire, you just look so much more sure of yourself.
Yeah. And I think it's been really cool because, I did a video reacting to an old Q&A that I did when I was 19. And I think it's really cool to be able to look back on that because even when I was 19, like I was living in Brisbane at the time, I was working full time. I felt like I had my life together. But then when you actually watch back a video of yourself from when you're 19, you're like, oh my God, I was a baby and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
But you think that you're grown in that time.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the YouTube days, like, because I was making videos of my life for years, like people would always say like, you're changing or you've changed. And it was like a negative thing. Like people would say, not just to me, but to other YouTubers, like, you've changed. I miss the old Brittney, like, you know, and we were so young. And of course we're changing, but it was kind of seen as a bad thing if you would change your ways or grow. But now, like, being 31, like I love being able to look back on how much I've grown and changed. Like you're going from literally being a kid into a woman, like a full-blown adult. And I think it's so cool. Like as cringe as it is for me to watch my old videos, like I think we'd all cringe at ourselves 10 years ago. I think it's really cool to be able to look back on and go, wow, like look how far like I've come. Yeah. And the fact that I've got like video evidence of that is something that I'm going to cherish forever.
Yeah. In terms of business and Fayt, have you seen like an increase in sales? Have you seen an increase in traffic to the pages yet?
I wouldn't be able to look at it that closely. I probably need to set up some custom links in my descriptions of the videos because I haven't. I've just linked the channel, but you can set up like custom links so that you can
see the click-throughs.
How many people have clicked. But I wouldn't say that I've seen like a crazy increase in anything. Like it's just business as usual for us. And I don't know if you'd ever be able to see like an extreme increase, like unless my YouTube channel went absolutely viral. But I don't know if like virality is a thing on YouTube these days. Yeah. Because I feel like your TikTok and everything's where you go viral.
I think there's too many other platforms now where viral. Oh my God. Where virality. I can't say that.
Virality.
Virality.
Virality? Is that even how you say it?
I don't know, but I
think
can't
I might just be making up a word there. But I'm definitely not on YouTube to like try and go viral or whatever. Yeah. It's more just like the wholesome vibes for anyone that wants to kind of like see a bit more of my world and Fayt and my life kind of thing. Yeah. It's like a little corner of the internet. Yeah. Are you going to be doing any sort of like tutorials for people who are in business on that channel to kind of like, I know we pass on knowledge in this podcast, obviously, but sometimes pairing that visual with some of that knowledge is really helpful for people. Is that something you'd be interested in doing on that channel? Yeah, I'm interested in doing anything on the channel. Like we're putting out one video a week at the moment, and then I've done 2 bonus videos as well in that time. And I even did a bonus, like the first bonus video that I did, I was away in Brisbane for the weekend and I just did like a 20-minute video of me doing my makeup. Yeah. And I didn't edit it. Like I just posted the whole thing and everyone loved that as well. So I'm definitely open to experimenting with the channel and just kind of mixing it up every week, doing all sorts of stuff and just seeing what people respond to and seem to like the best. So I'm definitely keen to do some business videos on YouTube as well. I don't know with YouTube if you can go like more broad than you would on TikTok and Instagram because I find that TikTok and Instagram really favor similar styles of content. If you go to like a vlog and then this and then that, like the algorithm doesn't love it. Yeah. But maybe on a YouTube channel you can be more broad and jump from like one theme to another, from vlog to business and everything in between. But I'm definitely open to just like seeing how it goes. Like that was the whole thing with this YouTube channel is we said at the start of the year, yep, we're going to do a video every Wednesday, 5:00. We told everyone. And I'm like, we're just going to do it for a while and see how it goes.
That's so Aussie. You know, give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go. Like I had no expectations with it. I did say like, hopefully we get 10,000 views on each video because that kind of makes it worth it. Yeah. Because it is longer to edit a long video as opposed to a reel or a TikTok. And we've been like, super happy with the views, but we don't have any other expectations. Like we just want people to enjoy it.
Do you have any advice for people who have businesses and want to utilize YouTube to help their business? What would be your advice or your tips for people?
Oh, I would say don't start on YouTube. I think TikTok would be the number one platform I would start on if I like wasn't active on socials as a business owner because I feel like it's a lot easier to have a video blow up. I would almost say focus on building your TikTok and Instagram, start fostering audiences on those. And then if you build a community around you, people love tuning into what you're doing on TikTok and stuff, then go over to YouTube.
Would you utilize shorts on YouTube with that same content?
I've tried. So I've posted a couple of my podcast videos to my YouTube shorts. And for those of you that don't know, it's like YouTube has their own TikTok. Like they're trying to be like TikTok, like where you post.
I have zero interest in using shorts, by the way.
I've never watched YouTube shorts, but it's literally just like vertical short videos up to 3 minutes, I think. And so I don't know a thing about it either. So I chucked a couple of my podcast videos on there and they've gotten like 500 views, 800 views. I don't quite get it.
Compared to sometimes we get like 500,000 on Instagram.
So I'm just going to try. I'm going to chuck more of the shorts onto YouTube as well. But I'd say that YouTube is definitely the hardest, especially now, it's the hardest platform to grow on. It's the hardest platform to get views on because it's not really like an explore page or like a TikTok for you page. But I'd say build your audiences on the TikTok and Instagram platforms. And then if you do get a community that you know loves you and wants to see more of you, that's when I'd then go and start a YouTube channel. But be prepared for it to be drastically different to Instagram and TikTok. It's so much harder to get views on YouTube. It's really for your community. So that's my little back to YouTube pod. I thought it's also a good opportunity for me here to vlog it on the pod. Come and check out my YouTube channel if you haven't seen my return. It's always linked in my bio. And we're doing a lot of cool stuff this year as well. So I'm going to love being able to document things just in longer form on YouTube. I find it really hard sometimes with TikTok and Instagram being able to like fit everything that I want into a short video that is vertical. Like I just feel like YouTube, you can show so much more in depth and in detail. So I'm super excited to be back. Who knows how long we're going to keep it up for? Maybe it'll become permanent forever, or maybe in 6 months we'll go, shit, this isn't worth our effort anymore. Like we're just giving it a go, as you said, Xander. And I'm just really excited to be back. And if you have watched any of my YouTube videos since I've been back, thank you so much. Love being here, and I'm genuinely so excited to be vlogging again and just sharing more of my life in longer form. So shout out to YouTube, love you. And what do I say at the end of the pods? I've got to do a tip of the week. Oh yeah, give it a go. I feel like my tips of the weeks have been so bad lately because we give so many tips in every episode. So by the time we get to the tip of the week, maybe we can mix it up and do something different.
I do enjoy the tip. Like, give it a go is a great tip.
Give it a go.
Because you don't know who's going to be out in that world thinking about doing something and they've heard your tip saying give it a go and they just go, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to give it a go. It's a great tip.
And this is a full circle thing for me as well because I gave it a go back in high school when I discovered YouTube. This is how my entire career started. The reason why I'm sitting in this podcast studio today, the reason why I have Fayt, the reason why we're doing everything that we're doing is because I gave it a go when I discovered YouTube in high school. That is literally the reason why I'm doing everything that I'm doing today. And that says a lot in itself, I think. So give it a go. As always, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I will be back later in the week with my bonus episode. You can catch me everywhere. All the links are in the show notes, or you can tap the link in my bio if you want to check out my YouTube channel. And remember to chase after your dreams as if they owe you money.